the Patriots cut Cam Newton, and Mac Jones is the official starter for week 1. And that's coming to a surprise to a lot of people because pre-draft, I think Mac Jones was the most picked on prospect. You can debate Justin Fields, but in reality, everybody thought Mac Jones was trash. He wasn't good. His body didn't look like an NFL quarterback. They knocked him for having talent around him, all these other different knocks, and he's been the highest graded quarterback in the preseason, even higher than Zach Wilson, who I think is special. Mac Jones, 92.2 PFF grade, first among all quarterbacks, not even rookies, first among all quarterbacks. He has the second highest PFF grade in the preseason as a rookie behind Mahomes.
Really?
Yeah, Mahomes is first.
Jeez. What was Mahomes, 93 or something?
Probably like
that?
93 something.
Okay.
Yeah. So Mac Jones has been the real deal, 388 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 97.3 QBR. He's been the real deal. So my question is, do you think Mac Jones starting was the answer?
I'm on record already saying that I thought that Mac Jones was going to start week 1. Do I think he's the answer? Not this season. I don't think that the Patriots are going to be a contender for that division this season. I think that the Bills are going to be better than them. I think the Dolphins are going to be better than them. But I did understand why they named Mac Jones the starter. Mac Jones is going to be the future of this organization. He has years under his belt already. He came in, wasn't he a 4-year college football player? So
3 or 4 years.
Something around that. Now, I'm surprised solely at the Patriots releasing Cam Newton. The fact that he wasn't even able to be a backup to Mac Jones to maybe give him some kind of guidance in the sense of, you know what, Mac, this is what you did wrong in the play. I guess that, Belichick really didn't hold any kind of regard to Cam Newton's status in the form of developing quarterbacks, maybe because he didn't think that Cam Newton was a great, reader of the field or the best passer in general to really give any kind of critique to Mac Jones, which I think that's pretty disrespectful. But ultimately, I believe that Mac Jones is the right answer for the Patriots in the future for sure. You've got a team right now, pretty young core. The defense is what's the older part of the squad for sure. But offensively, Damian Harris is a young guy. Ramondre Stevenson is a young guy that the Patriots have obviously shown some faith in. Traded Sony Michel, made this guy the second string. Who knows what happens with that backfield? It's always been interchangeable. Now they have guys like Nelson Aguilar on the side. Kendrick Bourne, who's a young guy for sure. Hunter Henry, who I wouldn't say is young, but he's an older player for the fact that his body fails him year in, year out. Jonnu Smith's a younger type player. As a whole, offensively, that's their identity right now. So I don't blame them for going Mac Jones, especially with the fact that he's played so well in preseason. I don't think that it'll benefit them this season, but I think going forward, for sure, Mac Jones is going to be solid for this team.
Back in March, I said that Mac Jones is an absolute stud, and the fact that people are sleeping on him was ridiculous. I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Watching Mac Jones, I thought, this guy is the real deal. Maybe your Denver Broncos could have drafted him. You guys would have had a franchise guy.
Listen, I wanted Fields. I
do think Mac Jones is a franchise quarterback, and I think that he will be the answer for them this year.
Really?
Week 1, the Patriots face the Dolphins, Tua versus Mac. I believe Mac Jones is a better quarterback than Tua Tagovailoa. And I'm not high on Tua. You know that. I'm not high on Tua. I think
this season, I'm telling you, man.
Mac is better than Tua, and I think the Patriots will be the second best team in the AFC East if the Dolphins don't trade for Deshaun Watson. That's a big if.
Uh-huh.
If they don't trade for Deshaun Watson, because I think Mac Jones is going to be that good. I think the Patriots have a great core around him. They can win now. I trust Bill Belichick. If he thinks Mac Jones is ready to play, he's ready to play. Back in 2001, Drew Bledsoe was out. Tom Brady was in. Tom Brady proved to Bill Belichick that he was a really great quarterback. That's why he kept the job. Drew Bledsoe was coming off a big payday. He was the Patriots' #1 overall pick. And Bill Belichick said, to hell with that. Brady is better. And I think, looking at Cam, he has the bigger name. He has the resume. But Bill said Mac Jones is better. I was surprised that they cut Cam because I thought he could have been a viable backup. In my theory, I have 3 theories on this. One of them could have been the COVID situation that, the Patriots don't want to deal with that, and that's why they cut him. Second, it could have been Cam Newton. Once they told him, listen, we're going with Mac, Cam said, if that's the case, release me. I want to have a chance to start somewhere else. I'd appreciate that. And they released him. My third theory probably could be that Cam Newton was such a leader in that locker room that having him as the backup would have been a distraction, because if Mac Jones played bad, now the players on the team are like, yo, Cam is right there. Why aren't you playing Cam? Now there's some friction in the locker room. So that's my other theory on it. But I think Mac Jones is ready. I think he's ready. I tweeted this. I think he's going to be a top 2 quarterback in his draft class.
Okay.
I think 1 is Zach Wilson, 2 is Mac Jones. Lawrence, I think, is going to be 3, teetering around 4 or 5.
Okay.
Lance and Fields, they're going to be around it. But I think the top 2 quarterbacks in this draft, career-wise, I'm projecting here, are going to be Zach Wilson and Mac Jones. And I think the AFC East has got a whole lot interesting with Josh Allen, Wilson, Jones, and Tua.
Something that just stuck out to me as I poke myself in the eye. Something that just stuck out to me, that thing you just said, is that you believe that Mac Jones is a better quarterback than Tua. I can't let that go, because the fact that he came back last season at all is incredible. Broken femur, had one of the highest win percentages a rookie quarterback could have, led his team to the playoffs. I believe
they didn't make the playoffs.
Apologize. The Browns made the playoffs over them. They kind of choked it to a degree, in part to Tua throwing 3 interceptions in the first half. I can admit that Tua didn't have the greatest showing in that sense, right, in that particular game. But the fact that he was even on the field at all when, one, Fitzpatrick was already doing his thing, and they already were winning games with Fitzpatrick doing the job. But then Tua comes in, and they don't miss a beat win-wise. They're still winning games. And the Browns finished 11-5, and it wasn't as if the Dolphins went out. Sorry, would they go 10-6 if you have it right there?
The Dolphins, yeah, they went 10-6.
So they had a more than respectable season in Tua's first year. Now Tua is getting a training camp, which he didn't have last season, and Tua has been lighting it up all preseason except for the very first day. You said, what did he throw? Three interceptions, something like that?
I trained in practice, yeah.
So then the next day, what does he go and do? Throws 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I'm telling you right now, Tua is the breakout player this season for sure. Dolphins are a lock for the playoffs this year.
This is the thing, man. Will Tua be will he have a good statistical season? Yeah, he'll have that. But his ceiling is Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh,
his ceiling is he's going to be a good quarterback. But the Dolphins are always going to say, what if we drafted Herbert? What if we drafted an actual franchise-changing guy? Because Tua's a good quarterback, but is he franchise-changing? Is he next-level special? He's not next-level special. He is that quarterback that you say, I'm fine with him, but if there's an opportunity that I could get somebody better, I'm going for it. And that's the reason they want to trade for Watson. That's exactly the reason they want to trade for Watson.
Come on, bro. Even if I'm the Jets and I have the chance,
absolutely not.
You're crazy.
Absolutely
it's Deshaun
not.
Watson.
No,
it's Deshaun
absolutely
Watson.
not.
There is literally
his problems. No,
there is 60% 60 to 65% of teams that right now would take their quarterback, throw it away for Deshaun Watson. It's Deshaun Watson. I don't blame them, and we're going to talk about this. It's a good segue regardless. I don't blame them for looking at Deshaun and thinking, okay, let's have him on our squad. It's Deshaun. In my opinion, I believe he is the most perfect quarterback in the league. He has the arm talent. He's mobile. His brain is one of the most advanced when it comes to reading defenses. He is just as perfect as it gets in my eyes, quarterback-wise. So do I blame the Dolphins for wanting to go get him? No.
Oh, I don't blame them.
But it makes crystal clear sense. But regardless of that fact, if they stick with Tua finally gets a full training camp. He has full confidence from his coach that just came out and said, regardless of rumors, this is our quarterback. Tua is going to light it up this year. He is a special talent. Arm-wise, he's one of the most precise throwers of the football. He is going to be amazing this year for sure.
The Dolphins won't make the playoffs this year.
They went 10-6 last year with Tua with no training camp.
And the schedule was easier. Now this year, I'm telling you, the Patriots are not the Patriots of last year. They're the
And
Patriots.
without Gilmore for the first 6 weeks,
J.C. Jackson, Jonathan Jones.
J.C. Jackson that got burnt by a rookie, Devonta Smith.
Devontae Smith is good, man.
He is really good. I'm not saying he's not, but I'm just saying.
What if he got burned by Justin Jefferson last year?
But Justin Jefferson has the rookie record for receiving yards.
So you don't think Devontae Smith could be on
break
that?
the record?
Not break it, but you don't think he could be a great receiver? Okay, so I'm saying
be.
Devontae Smith is different.
Yeah, he is.
Where is Cam Newton going now? Is his career over?
It breaks my heart to say, truthfully, but I think it's over. I do think it's done. I felt like the Patriots, the fact that he had a full training camp after last season, I'm taking a huge part of last year's woes on a lot of people's circumstances to not having a training camp. Now, he comes in, has a full training camp, actually has a off season to learn the offense, and Patriots didn't think it was quite up to par of what they wanted. Now, what other teams right now could he go to? We spoke about it on the last podcast. Mitch Trubisky really doesn't have that many options either. We thought that he could have, if he really was like that, he could have went to Washington. Do I think that Cam Newton at this current moment in time is better suited for Washington than Ryan Fitzpatrick? At this point in time, as much as it hurts me to say, I don't think so. I think that right now Ryan Fitzpatrick has just such a carefree mentality when it comes to throwing the ball that it brings him this confidence that actually leads to positive results more often than not. So with that being said, with Washington being my last resort right now, I don't see it. I don't see an opportunity for him right now.
The only teams I can see Cam going to are the Washington football team, Denver Broncos, the Colts, the Giants, and the Texans. With Washington, I think Fitz is better right now.
Yep.
And if Ron Rivera wanted Cam Newton, he would have signed him last offseason when Cam Newton was a free agent for a while. He didn't sign him.
Did Rivera bench Cam Newton for Kyle Allen?
Cam was injured. Cam was hurt. With the but Kyle Allen played so well that when Cam was healthy, they still kept him in there.
Okay.
The Denver Broncos. I think Teddy's better than Cam Newton.
Yeah.
I think Teddy Bridgewater's better than Cam Newton. So I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Then you look at the Indianapolis Colts. Can they be a team? I mean, Carson Wentz is always hurt. I don't trust Sam Ehlinger. I don't trust Jacob Eason.
Agreed.
That could be a team, but I think Carson Wentz has already shown that he's insecure when a quarterback is in that room and he can play just as well as him at their peaks. It happened with Nick Foles, right? So I think to secure Carson Wentz's confidence, you can't bring in Cam.
I agree.
You look at the Texans. Does Cam want to go to Houston? And I don't think so. Is Cam that much better than Tyrod Taylor right now? And I don't know about that, man.
Really?
Tyrod Taylor, he's made the Pro Bowl sooner. The last time Tyrod Taylor's made the Pro Bowl was in 2016. Cam Newton made it in 2015, I believe. So Tyrod Taylor is the most recent Pro Bowler between Cam and him.
I'm not holding too much regard to that, but go ahead.
I'm just saying Tyrod Taylor hasn't been a bad quarterback.
He hasn't been bad.
Then the Giants. I think the Giants are Cam's best bet. If Daniel Jones stinks it up, which is possible, and Cam wants to go to a team to start, he can go to New York, and I think they have offensive weapons. They have an elite defense to where he can win with that team. But honestly, there aren't many teams. I know Dallas came up, but I think Dallas, he's a backup. He's not going to play over Dak.
No.
But Dak also has that shoulder injury, which could sideline him, so Cam could go there. It's just a lot of things, man. I think Cam Newton's career is over as we know it because he just hasn't improved as a passer throughout the years. I think his injuries have gone to him, and that's what happens with running quarterbacks. Running quarterbacks regress, and it's probably going to happen to Lamar Jackson as well.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
you think so?
It might. Cam Newton is, 31, 32?
Yep.
That's a young for a quarterback.
Is that his age?
And we're talking about Cam Newton like he is 40, Aaron Rodgers is 38.
32.
He's still going strong.
Yep.
So Cam Newton, if you're a running quarterback, your lifeline is shorter than actual pocket passing quarterbacks.